Hello, welcome back. Last time I got down to just the puzzle that reports itself as being the hardest in the game, plus 2 that are sort of demo outros. So, going back here, I have not yet had whatever is the key idea to do here, but we're going to try again, evaluate everything, and see what it's going to take to get through this reckless squeeze. So, doing this the straightforward way. Just hop in, don't think about anything, pick up the stuff. At the end, what I end up with is a need for... Wait a second. Right, I see what's going on here. Right, so the problem is, although I have wind, I don't have it left of water. Okay, so at the end, unless shenanigans, I need to have wind left of water when I'm doing my final ascent. How do I imagine that could be possible? Oh. Not gonna work. But what I'm wondering is... Okay. Oh, okay. I almost maybe see something. So there was the idea of doing that, which I can do. I've already proven it. I have 1 extra water, which is probably a problem. Okay, so I'm having an idea here. How can I represent this idea? I need more wind for it. Well, I have a lot of wind left of water, but I don't have the water to do anything about that. I was thinking of going backward through here. Like do one of these. As if that would help somehow. Right now, I have a big problem here. But... how big is this problem exactly? That's interesting. Now hold up. What order did I pick things up? Oh, so that's a thing I can do. This could be meaningful. This could be very meaningful. Okay, I might be on the path to something here. Okay. So do I want to take that duplicator? Not yet. But do I really want to duplicate the wind? Well, I guess I'm going to. I have an idea here. It's not quite... Oh, hang on. Wait, hasn't this just done it? Confusingly, yes. What did I do? Well, I did it. The key was... red fragment, that's what it says. This is the first time I noticed it says something different from sun fragment. The key was realizing that my wall slide is actually relevant and I can do this. I had the idea of going counterclockwise through there. And I did not have to use water to do it because my previous attempts at doing that all involved that kind of move. Oops. But okay, well, that was the order. That got the puzzle done. I didn't have the clearest vision of how I was doing it before I did it, but I sure did do it. What are the hints for this? Yeah, okay, sure. That's reasonable. Okay, yeah, and then the important key move is in hint 2. Once that was done, everything fell into place. That just sounds like hint 2 repeated. Use the ball to squeeze to the left side of the stacked water orbs. No, I guess that could imply that you just want to do this. Which seems meaningless. Yeah, hints 2 and 3 seem roughly equivalent to me there. I want to... I guess what I want to do is reset and walk out. Okay, well good. So that's done. I just needed to sleep on it. And that did the trick. Oh, I have... That's right, I tested this earlier. I have a good bit of air time that I can still jump after walking off a ledge. That's nice. That didn't end up being very relevant for the puzzles that I did, but maybe in the full game it will be. Alright, so, demo end. Let's just verify. So in the void there are 2 sun fragments left. 11 out of 11, 3 out of 3, 10 out of 10, 2 out of 2, 13 out of 13, 2 out of 2, 6 out of 6, 0 out of 0. And then just 2 remaining here. So, A, the demo finale, but there's something after. H-A. H-A? H for hub, I guess. Okay, sign says. Final level of the demo, then why is there one afterwards? There's another fragment. Is that going to be just uncollectible in the demo? And I'll be stuck at 1 out of 2 here in the hub forever? Maybe. Okay, final level of the demo. Yeah, so first actual void level. We got fire. And of course all the elements. Okay, so let's just look at what's going on here. I see a 4-door, I see 4 sigils. One is way the heck up there, I need a double water to get to it. There's 1 water locked away at the sun fragment, that's just the end of the puzzle, so pay no attention to what's below, it's just for getting up this jump. Okay. I'm imagining wind and fire in that order. I guess I should probably activate this at some point. I'm not sure if now is that point. Oh, I have so many problems here. If I had water after this, that would be fine. It suggests 2 water, but I wonder if I could just earth instead. Then there's you. Okay, my current mission is just to get up into the thing in the upper left. So I suppose the suggestion would be something like... I missed. Not that that's relevant. Well, I have 2 waters. How would I ever have 2 waters over there, though? So there is a noise when I do that. If your speakers don't play low bass notes, you might not be able to hear it. It's probably inaudible in a lot of audio setups, but it is there. Anyway, so 2 waters there. There's a duplicator on the left side of that, but if I'm using it, then that means water is selected, and I guess fire would have to be involved for that. Where do I think I'm using fire? Okay, how do I think... Here, let's come up with a plan for every sigil. That uses up a wind. Well, actually, so that's one idea. But okay, sure. Let's come up with a plan for every sigil. One thing I spot about the... I see a lot of stuff about the bowl in the upper left. So, sign suggests using 2 waters to get up there. strictly speaking, it could probably be possible to have 3 waters. It'd be hard to do, but it should be possible. If I would like do this, waste, take that, and then somehow also be in here to get the duplicator. Anyway, but I don't think that's likely. Okay, so I have a way to activate this sigil. I have a way to activate this sigil. Neither of those on their own are a problem. This one up here, a little trickier. This is why I chose wind, then fire, because my plan looked something like this at one point. Okay, so I have activated 3 of the sigils. I'm not left with a lot of tools. I'm also left with no element and a duplicator. So certainly nothing good has happened on my current route. Oh boy, this is going to be a lot. How do I even think about this? Okay, 2 waters up the stairway. That's a clear goal. If I had... Okay, here's a query. If I had earth there, that would not... Whoa! I undid too far. So I have a suspicion fire is used this way. Does that make any sense? Where's the duplicator for this water then? Well, maybe it's... No, that doesn't make any sense. Dude, I don't know. So I'm not activating this sigil above me before I leave this area. There's just no way to do it. I don't have the tools. I feel like that's the last one I do. Because the earth elements aren't really allocated to much of anything else. Okay, so where do I need... What does each element do for me? That's the other thing I want to enumerate. Let's skip fire for now because it's too complicated. Wind. Wind can get me from here to here, or vice versa. It can get me through this gap, and vice versa. No amount of earth is going to get me back through there. Obviously that's all wrong. Wind can activate this sigil, and can activate that sigil, if I was already up there, which I can do this way. Okay, so all of those are options for what to do with wind. I think that's about all that it does. Alright, water. Water's a little out of reach. Let's do earth first. Earth gets me up to here, or here. I can take 2 of it. 2 earths doesn't get me up here, but an earth and a water could, if I wanted to ignore the sign. Earth could activate that sigil on the right. On the way down, if I had fire here, which I could make happen. Okay, so here's another way to activate all of that stuff. No, I'm in the wrong order. Never mind. I would have to take earth first. I could do that. So I have an earth left of fire now. I don't know about activating this thing. Certainly can't do it and also get over there. Those are mutually incompatible. Okay, and nothing about this is particularly good. It most certainly doesn't result in me having 2 waters, and also being up here. So I've mostly been going right to left through that collection of elements down there. Let's try left to right a little more. I can potentially do both. Okay, so maybe... well, let's go back to evaluating things. So right, Earth can do those things. Water is supposed to be used to get me up top. It can also be used to get me up here. Or here. Fire. Fire can do this. And in the process I can select which is the element I want to duplicate here. For example, I could take wind and be left with not what I want. Fire could be used the other way around. For example, like this. Sure, I'm going to waste a bunch of stuff, but don't worry about it. Fire could get me back. I think it's very unlikely that's how I'm using it. Okay, notably, only fire or an excess of water could get me to this sigil up here. That pretty much signals to me use fire. Like this one signals use fire, that one in the lower left also maybe. Probably use fire on the way back from the thing in the upper left. How close does Earth get me to that? If I had an Earth and a wind... well, I don't have a wind. But like Earth and fire, yeah. Okay, so Earth from down here could do it. That's not necessarily invalid. Now, when I use the two waters to go up above here, I'm also going to need another element on me, and that element really ought to be Earth. Okay. So, got some theorizing going. I think upper left is activated by Earth. But what do I want my next element to be? The next element I want to fire after that is fire. So I want to duplicate a fire? Aha, I'm having a vision. Be up top. Oh, you know what? Check it out. If I'm up top, I can jump off the left side and end up over there. That's meaningful. Also, let's try and break this puzzle. I can probably land on that thing. Oops. It's a little tricky to do. I'm going too far. I'm going not far enough. But like there's a perfect landing space somewhere in here, right? That's the theory. It feels like there isn't always, but maybe I'm just not always able to find it. Yeah, anyway, so if I could land there... actually, could I... If I could land there, could I actually jump and get across? It's pretty hard to control. Doesn't look like I'm having any success today on that. Alright, well, that's enough trying to break the puzzle. Alright, so anyway, I think maybe I'm going up top, not touching the duplicator or the bottom left sigil until I've dealt with the upper left. Because that saves me half of the trip. I can jump to the left side. While that's happening, a fire spirit can also be flying toward the right. Which could mean that maybe I never even need to cross this gap at all. Because I'm going down there just to get the duplicator. What am I duplicating? Earth? Because if I used one earth to go down there, then I could use another to activate this thingy here. Then that would be 4. Assuming I'd activated lower left at some point. So just use a whole bunch of earth. So that would mean I want earth before... yeah, so that means I'm only using 1 fire. Okay, the main thing I really want is just to get up into that bowl with whatever elements it takes to do that. So I guess the most straightforward way... Oh, good grief. Alright, so forget about the waste here then. I'll do that. Take this. Take that waste one. I guess I'll do that because that's got to be activated at some point. I now have 2 waters and I'm here. I'm fireless, which is probably a problem. And I have an excess wind. Other than that, this looks kind of good in some ways. And now I'm trapped down here and 1 sigil is unactivated. Alright, so my fire was wasted. So somehow I need to do that without wasting the fire. I don't really want fire at the very bottom, though. Okay, I don't think it has to be. But I need this duplicator for water. Doing things in this order doesn't feel like it could be right. But okay, I'll entertain the idea. No, I'm stuck down here and I'm wasting water. Okay, what if I take this, use it to get here, here's an earth on the bottom, roughly where I want it. Take water, take wind, use wind, since I won't be doing that from another angle maybe. Duplicate water, have earth. This looks just short of where I want it to be. Well, okay, let's at least try this. I'm up here with 1 element. Couldn't I have taken fire at the start and had everything? What was the order that I took? Did I ever land at 0 before that? Oh, okay, so theory then. This. Fly across here, keep fire on the bottom. Take this earth. Yeah, isn't this pretty good? This is pretty good, isn't it? Take those things, wind here, duplicate the water. I think I'm short a sigil activation, but maybe with all the duplicators I can just set fire to all of them. Here's that earth I wanted, here's a duplicate of fire. Do that, let it process, do it again, and there we go. Just set fire to everything. Great! I did it! Okay, good stuff! So that was the demo finale. What is this? Thanks for playing. Alright! 2 fires and pretty straightforward. Just a little celebration. Way ahead of you. Everybody else who enjoyed this, feel free to do the same. Apparently this is coming out pretty soon, reportedly in June, which it's funny, when I started playing this, I somehow didn't realize that's just a month away. So it's really close. I may be able to come back to this very soon. Alright, demo is complete. I did it. This was incredible. Great time. Also, funny thing about this is, like, I feel like this demo is a very complete experience on its own. It's on the shorter side, but like this is a full game. Just has, like, if this was some kind of jam game expanded into a full something or other, like, I don't feel like this is incomplete in any way. Making me wonder, like, what the full game will add. Is it just more puzzles? Will there be more mechanics? Will it be, like, a whole world to explore? I'm fine with if it's just more puzzles. I'm saying just, but yeah, that is a just. Just wondering, like, what form that's going to take. And if demo progress might carry over, like, will it pick up directly where the demo leaves off? Or is the demo a little alternate slice of the world? I'm not really looking for answers to these questions, just musing, because they will be answered by the full version when it comes out kinda soonish. So it's funny, I had this demo on my list for quite some time, and the time when I got around to playing it was just short of the game's full release. But that's good in some ways. That means we don't have to wait too long until seeing the rest of this. But again, this felt like a complete experience to me. I had a great time, and I will be happy for more, but I'm not left feeling incomplete right now. Anyway, very, very good stuff. I want to go hang out at... What's the... there's been a piece of music from this game that's been stuck in my head the last few days. Is it this one? Maybe? Yeah, music was a bit of a surprise. It uses odd instrumentation, but it uses it quite well. I don't think this is the one. What is in my head? I'm not hearing it right now. What does this sound like? This isn't the one I was thinking of. Was it the cave? What does the cave sound like? Actually, what does Fire Zone sound like? That's not the one. Alright, cave is like off on its own, not connected to anything. All the others are intertwined. But Cave Outskirts is kind of its own little thing. What does this actually sound like once it gets going? It takes a moment to do that. This might be the one. Anyway, there's some piece of music from the soundtrack that's been stuck in my head in an enjoyable way for the last several days. Yeah, this is the one. This is just a real nice piece of music. I guess this is the standout for me of all of the tracks in the soundtrack so far. Maybe there will be more in the full version. Maybe not. I assume more worlds, probably, if more puzzles. Anyway, yeah, so excellent experience, very much looking forward to the full game, and hopefully I'll see you sometime reasonably soon for that. Addendum, there's a credits that I don't think I ever looked at. Yeah, here we go. Just to get this on screen. Alright, that's what it's made with. Yeah, so, right, the other game I'm playing that has the... Oh hey, the timing issue didn't show up today. Wait, did this one do it? I'm getting all my games mixed up. I don't think this one did. Anyway, never mind all that. I'm very interested in these tool credits. I have used most of those tools. I want a lockpick, huh? Okay, I've heard from people that this is reminding them of that. That's a game I need to play at some point. There was the death sound. I never actually listened to this music track for very long. Development's still not over, just a demo. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so, really good stuff. See you sometime for the full game, and until then, something else.